So I recently picked up this little Gameboy Advance at a local Goodwill for a couple bucks, and it works. The problem is there's no sound to it. Now this is the 001 model, not the 101, so it has the kind of shitty backlight, but it does work. So I'll show you if you turn it on, and there is a cartridge in it. It's one of these 101, Nintendo NES game type thing. You'll notice it does turn on, and I'll do it again so you can see it. But there's no sound. Now, I don't know much about these. I know with the Game Gears, the electrolytic caps go bad, and you get all kinds of problems, including bad sound or no sound at all. So I'm wondering if it's similar with this. I don't, unfortunately, have the cables. They did not come with it, and I haven't ordered any yet. I do have the battery cover. I just took it off because I undid all the screws ahead of time. So let's take it apart. Now, to get it actually to charge, I had to just charge this battery manually using a power supply. But I already took the screws out, so let's take a look and see if there's anything we could do. Again, I don't know much about these, but I'm sure we can figure something out. So on the board, I see one main capacitor, and then there's a lot of SMD capacitors. There's a coil, but I believe that's by here. So I'm assuming that that's probably for a DC to DC converter. So before we get too far into it, let's just do some basic troubleshooting. And let's just check. There's a cap right here. This is an electrolytic. And let's just test. It doesn't seem to be leaking. Again, it's in circuit. This isn't the best test, but we're just going to do some basics. So it's showing about 110 microfarad, which shows right there. It's a 100 microfarad capacitor. There's a small adjustment pot right here. I'm not really sure what that's for. I know there's probably people out there that know these things like the back of their hands. I'm not one of those people. So let's just take a quick look at the board. I'm not seeing anything alarming right off the bat. There's no corrosion or anything that I can see. Yeah, there's U6R out, U6L out. So it looks like we might even be able to put a headphone jack in this thing if there's enough room. So something else I'm seeing is there's some discoloration here of this plastic, and that's where an LED shines through. And that's just dirt. But my question is, how did so much dirt get in just one of those little things? Which tells me that that's a little probably liquid or something was spilled on here. There's also a lot of other junk in here. And if we pull this up, yeah, that's not dirt. That's like juice or some kind of soda or something got stuck in there. And then this one. Yeah, it's even worse. So that's not cool. Also, look here. So here's the speaker. That's where the two connections are. But look over here. It's kind of discolored now. It almost feels like I can scrape that away. So I don't know if that was old grease they used or what. So let's check out the speaker and see. I mean, it looks pretty clean. Let's see if the coils inside are okay. Showing about 8 ohms. It's about an 8 ohm voice coil. It still moves pretty freely. Let's just do the basics. And let's just clean up these contacts a little bit. I'm going to take this and just bend these legs out a little bit. And clean them up. Could just be a bad contact. Highly doubt it though. Alright, I think that's good enough for now just to see if it works. So let's just put it back together and test it. Okay, so not going to put the back on. I'm just going to kind of hold everything in place. And we got nothing. Oh, wait, what was that? It just made a noise. Let me try this again. It just, as I was pushing down the button, it actually chirped. Turn the volume all the way up. I wonder if we have a bad speaker. What I'd like to do actually is solder something to one of these audio outs and see if there's actually any kind of signal coming through here. Just wondering the best way to do that. Alright, so I bent the tabs out on this, and I have the battery in place, and I'm just going to hold it there. I want to see. Yeah, we got sound. So I've cleaned the contacts off on both the speaker and the board. And if you push the speaker into the board, it works just fine. So I think the little brass terminals have lost some of their springiness. I bent them outwards. I'm going to place a little bit of electrical tape underneath them, just to kind of keep it from folding in completely. I don't know if this is going to work. And I know that's not much, but it might just be enough to kind of hold it in place there. So let's try it again. And let's try it one more time. Actually, I'm not trying it one more time. I'm trying it until the damn thing works. We got sound. So it's working. So just got to put it all back together. And I'm going to take it apart at some point and clean it out. I might even switch to a different case. I noticed there are a lot of 3D printed cases available. And the only problem is they don't have the shoulder buttons, and I kind of want them. I'd also like to modify this to use a headphone jack as well as some type of connector. Now, this does say that it runs it's rated at 5.2 volts. I wonder if we could just run it off of a USB and put a little micro USB head in there. So this video wasn't that exciting, I know, but I will have more up on this because I want to put a USB jack in it, or possibly put a USB jack in it for charging, as well as possibly put a headphone jack. But I got to look at the space and see if there's anything to do, if there's any actual available space in the case to put that. So I'm going to do some digging and see what mods people have done, and I'll see if I can do that too. So I'll see you next time.